supplied. And priest bless each port. Diagnostic prayers report. Circuits blessed. Spirits sing. Perfect function processing. Function means.
Alright, greetings varlets, I'm Interrogator Los Arribas, Attaché Milady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute While Gaming. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the hive world of Virago. The theme for the stream is caused Lament Hope by the venerable liturgist Adam Bell. And today we're continuing to play WH40K Mechanicus. And don't forget that you can use your channel points for all kinds of fun rewards to include changing my outfit. We have got 4 to choose from, which is the Interrogator uniform, the Mechanicus Protocols, which is the one you see me sporting today, praise the Omnisire, the Vampiric form, and the Xenos life form. And get ready because I'm working on my next rant, so hopefully I should be doing pretty good with it. I'm still in the scripting stages right now, but fingers crossed that I should be good to go for next month. Anyway, we already have people up in the chat saying hi to Sutter. How you doing, 70 Rose? How you been? How's everything going? Hope all is well. Hope you're having a good time. Alright, so let's load up the game and see where we're at. Antonio says, great, had a nice day. How are you? I'm doing really well. My stream seems to be working this time for YouTube, so I'm very happy about that. I don't know what happened last week that for whatever reason it just did not go through. And unfortunately my YouTube varlets did not get a live stream. But I think right now we are rolling on all cylinders, so we should be good. Hopefully everything is fun and everybody can enjoy the game. I'm gonna go ahead and load. We haven't Lord Inquisitor Callahan. Greetings, Lord Inquisitor Callahan. It's a Sovereign Interrogator, Inquisitor Callahan here. I have returned and I see you have met my explicator. Hope everything was well. Yes, she did. She was very lively with the conversation. I had a really good time talking to her. Hope to see her again soon. The God Emperor Man says, greetings. How goes it, God Emperor? How you been? How's everybody doing? Anybody working on any new projects? I know you guys know that I'm working on my Caradron Overlord's Gunnery Sergeant. Very fun model. And I'm very happy with how he's coming along. Love my little guys, my little dwarves. Just looking at them right now as we load the game. Alright. Continuing with mission. It looks like we have to move through. I think we already had our first battle, so we only have one battle left. Okay, this panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond, which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, then we can reap the rewards within. I'm gonna try this circular one. Hopefully it works. Come on, baby. Yay, it worked. And God Improvement says painting. Titus and the lads, we called it a day on it, so not to work myself. Oh, nice. How's it coming along? Are you happy with how he's looking? Okay, nothing there, so we can move straight through here. Okay, the cohort must traverse a chamber waist deep in decaying biological gunk. It is the most direct path ahead, and avoiding it would be prohibitively time-consuming, but the viscous goo is a threat to body and morale. You can either rake, try to create a solid cross in the gunk by searing it with flame, brave, wade through. I'm gonna go ahead and create a bridge. I don't think anybody wants to be walking on dead flesh. I'm gonna hit bridge. Okay, that was the best move. Though the process takes time, the cohort is able to construct a walkway sturdy enough to support their weight. They take encouragement from the fact their ingenuity overcame an obstacle, a laudable act in the sight of the Omnicide. We did gain some Necron initiative, so that's bad, but we did gain some Black Zone, which is good. So it's a kind of middling choice, I guess. Necrons will attack first in battle. Oh, great. Did anybody see the new Adepticon news as far as models that came out? Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, I see you. She'll be around every once in a while. Oh, nice. Hope I get to meet more of your cohorts. They're gonna attack first. I'm gonna move back. Set Visor. No, switch Visor with Region. Okay, now it's our turn. let's make use of the cognition freedom and lay waste to these guys with the flamethrower. God Emperor Man says something that I guess I must ignore. Alright, I will ignore it. And God Emperor Man says type. No worries, my God Emperor. Okay, that was a perfect shot because he is down for the count. Alright, good. Doing some damage. Off to a good... Alright, let's see. What can we send my little serval skull to do? Bingham. Okay, need some of this. Got, Lord Wizard Callahan says I think his TTS machine picked up what I was going to say. Okay, I get it. No worries, my Emperor. Your precognition was, able to, pretty much take the words right out of the Inquisitor's mouth. Right, I'm gonna use a refractor shield. And I think that'll be the end for Vise's turn. Now Chaos Hunter. Well, first things first, I think you need a heal. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and heal Ragion. Bastion number over there. Should move to the side of him. Oh well. Alright, good. We're doing damage, we're not taking damage. That's always a good sign. I think that's the end for Chaos Hunter's turn. Alright, J-Ray. Well, he can hit from pretty far away. Okay, we're gonna use Cognition Freedom. And shoot our Volkite Blaster to one of these guys. One hit, down. Gun says, yeah, that. Also, I found my old Game Boy. Ooh, nice. What games do you have for that thing? I think I'll go ahead and use the refractor shield. I think I will end a turn there. Alright. Bragion. Got it, Masters? I don't know. I'll have to go check. Hey, well, no worries. I'll be here. Unless you don't feel like going. It's fine if you don't feel like it. Just curious. Never mind. Can I just hit him with one? I feel like I can. Yeah, let's just hit him with the one. Almost. I should have hit him with the other one. Oh well. And I think I can't send my serval skull anywhere because we're all out of pylons. So I think I'll end turn there. And there we go. He is down. Looking good. Everman says, oh wait, it's an iPhone 11 case. That is a Game Boy. Oh, okay. So it's not really a Game Boy. I guess you don't have games for it. I've heard of people who actually have games on those kind of cases, but I wasn't sure. Nice, one hit kill. We can end our turn there. Yep. Yeah, anybody excited for the new models coming out? Have you seen anything or anybody check out Adepticon? Got a pronounce this is an actual functioning Game Boy with about 36 games. Ooh, very nice. Sure, we are alive on all cylinders. All right, looking good. Cool. Thaddeus says, oh, welcome Thaddeus, by the way. He says, hi for the WASDACA and all the new Orc vehicles. I know, right? That WASDACA looks Amazing. Such a beautifully sculpted model. Love the effect of the fire on the back. It's just such a great model. A lot of orc players must be really happy for that. And Thaddeus also says, and all the new orc vehicles. You put it in quotation marks, so I'm guessing you mean... Because I saw, what's it called? Gaijin Goomba, aka Glitz, I think his name is Glitz Daka, in his 40K orc form, talking about how you could turn all the new Imperial Guard vehicles into orc vehicles. Is that what you mean? I think we will end turn for Chaos Hunter. Oh, maybe I should actually do a little bit of healing, just some prayer. I'm gonna go ahead and do that for Ragion. He's a little low on health. A little bit of health will be nice. And then Didas says, haha, exactly, yeah. A lot of great models coming out. I've always been a fan of the Evil Sons. I like the fact that they like going fast, which is why I find it kind of a shame that there's not an Evil Sons, I guess, based kill team, since I prefer kill team over 40K actual. And I would love to do a Orc Evil Sons kill team. I might now have an idea for a Bad Moons one, kind of centered around goblins or Gretchen, but I still have to puzzle that one out. Vija saying hello. How you doing, Visa? How you been? Hope all is well. Blood Inquisitor Galahad says, yeah, I saw the new Intercessor with a throwback to the original Firstborn Tactical Squad. Yeah, he's got a helmet. He's got a Firstborn helmet, which is really nice. Thaddeus saying hello to Visa, and Visa says, doing well. Have a ton of parts that I have to attack with an exact. And hoping, hopefully not my fingers. Oh, what kind of parts are you working on? Okay, let's get up in close. You know, I might as well use this on myself. By then I need an SJ Ray and then just get rid of this guy. Get up in his grill, that way he can't really move without getting hit, so I think that will end his turn. And Visa says a bunch of kits for people. What kind of kits? Is it like Warhammer related or something else? What you working on? He's down for the count. Visa says indie stuff, stomping mechs, but in 15mm scale. Oh, okay. Speaking of indie stuff, I have really been trying to think. I just actually came up with a pretty good idea of how to make Treasure Crusade more appealing to me. I know I've had some issues with Treasure Crusade as far as it's just not grabbing me for whatever reason, but I think I figured out a way to make it grab me. Right now I'm still puzzling it out, but I got inspired by this one board game that I found. Is it a board game or is it a tabletop game? I'm not quite sure, but it's in I think it's a website called War Games. And it's this one tabletop game called Mythic Americas. And it's all about these different Native American clans. You got the Aztecs, you got the Mayans, even North American Native Americans. I don't think they differentiate between those. I think I'm just calling them nations, quote unquote. But they're all fighting each other with various fantastical elements. And that got me thinking that with Trench Crusade feeling as disjointed as it does, I think it would feel more cohesive if maybe it were set in the Americas. But yeah, still ideating that. And advice says more Spaniard factions. A Spaniard faction would be involved in my current idea. Especially now that I've seen those, I think it's Daka Daka Squadron. No, is it Daka Daka? No, Daka Daka Miniatures. Daka Daka Squadron was the video game. Daka Daka Miniatures, they made this one Trench Crusade miniature line where it's all Spaniard Inquisition. So they look really good. But I've just never been inspired enough to do that. But now that I have this idea, I feel like I might pull the trigger on that. I kind of want to work on it a little bit more, maybe make a video on it as well. Maybe that'll be what I work on as far as yeah, that might be what I work on for a video for my Rosario rants. But again, still puzzling it out. But I'm now very hyped for this idea, and I really want to see how I can make it work. Buzz says that could be interesting, yeah. And Daka Daka, now relabeled as Taiga Creative Studios, put out a bunch. Yes, I did. Yeah, because I feel like one of the issues that has been brought up a lot is the fact that it says it is grimdark and the humanity is on its last leg, but that humanity kind of covers the entirety of the map. And by humanity, I mean like the Christian humanity, where they are like, they pretty much are in charge of everything. They have the majority of the map and aren't really, don't seem to be threatened by much. And because they have the demonic forces surrounded almost. So the idea of it being like humanity is like on its last leg and trying to stay alive from all this demonic invasions just doesn't seem to quite coalesce very well. But I feel like if you set it in the Americas, especially around the time of the Spanish conquistador arriving to the Americas, and let's say that a lot of the things like, because the main thing that I got inspired by was the Aztecs. The Aztecs were very bloody, a very brutal tribe, and kind of playing them as sort of the demonic forces versus the small band of natives led by Spanish priests that came there to convert would be kind of fun, I think. And it would lead to that whole idea of this vast evil empire, like pretty much in control of the entirety of the Americas, and that the light of God has come into this part of the world, and they're able to fight back the evil before it like conquers everything. And Biden says, yeah, the Lord is kind of off from what I've heard. Plus, the authors heavily favor their own backyard. Yeah, I know. I feel like because of the fact that it hasn't put much thought into their own backyard, and they just kind of hand wave it a little bit, it comes off very surface level grimdark. Like, yeah, look at all these edgy models, look at all these edgy ideas that we have, but none of it seems to line up with the world building, I guess. Okay, I think I attacked already. Yeah, here. Attack. Alright, I got my end turn there. Liza says, I think they even stated that the Americas were never explored in their setting, so they could ignore them. Also, from what I've seen of their new classics, they aren't really as grim dark as previous things either. Yeah, I feel like it's such a wasted potential of a setting. The idea that, you know, Christianity is now on this very real, very physically real, because, you know, we can talk about what your spiritual walk with, you know, is like, and may you do deal with real, like, trials and tribulations, but I'm talking about real as in an actual physical battle. It makes for an interesting setting where real demons are coming into our plane and killing and destroying everything and corrupting everything. That makes for a very interesting and fun world. But the fact that it's not being taken to its logical conclusion as far as making the idea as cohesive as possible so that it grips you and it definitely feels like humanity's on its back foot is the downfall of this setting. And why is it saying that I'm not in range even though I'm like right in front of him? Oh, okay, because that's not me there. I'm over here. Okay, never mind. We have the original Chaos Hunter saying, greetings, Agent Rebus. And good day, chat. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, we're doing really good, Chaos Hunter. Right now, we're just kind of talking a little bit about Treasure Crusade. Also discussing some of the new models that came out for Adepticon's release. I don't know if you've seen any of that, but it looks like a lot of fun. Visa says, oh, I'm not sure why that reminded me, but have you seen that Steamforge is re-releasing 3 old War Machine factors in pure digital? No, I did not. I didn't know they had War Machine factions. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I was confusing Steamforge with Stationforge. Okay, never mind. Wow, which ones? Which was it going with pure digital? And I feel like, again, War Machines, I want to know more about the lore that is currently happening, and I feel we're not getting that from Steamforge. We're only getting models. I was trying to find out about that new faction that came out, the Amical one, something guilds or whatever. I can't remember the name, but they have like it's a sort of teal color, and I could barely find any information on them. So I feel like they're bringing out with these really cool new models, but they're not giving me lore to back it up. So I want to like them, but I'm not being gripped here. It's like, okay, they're cool, but tell me more. What are these guys about? Chaos Hunter says, yeah, the Red Terror has been upgraded to a Trigon. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it looks pretty neat, I think. I don't know much. It's never been... Tyranids have never been like on model lines that I've ever gravitated to much. But that one looks really cool. I like how dynamic the pose is. And I think it looks better because it's got this sort of snake-like or centipede appearance. Definitely better posing than Fulgrim's model. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and brave this. No, I shouldn't. That's too many. So what's we gonna do? We're gonna go up and get up in this guy's grill and just attack him with the axe. And Visa says Infernals, Kiris, and Grimkin. Like I said, oh, those are the ones. Gotcha. Woo, very nice. Trying to remember all those. The Infernals are the ones that are supposed to be sort of Viking coded, like a sort of like evil Viking coded. And the Kiris, those are the undead elves, right? And I'm not tracking the Grimkin. Visa says they were old factions from the older editions that were limited factions. Only a small number of models. Oh, okay. I'll have to look them up. But that sounds neat. I like the idea that they're bringing out more digital versions of these models. But they really need to work on their lore. And by that I mean actually giving us some. Alright, let me know when you're back. Chaos Hunter says stylistically, the model really shows its original roots. That's good. Everybody seemed to get hit. Fortunately, I think, was it Visa? Yeah, I think Visa took that damage well. Yeah, why not? Let's get up in there. And unfortunately, we cannot do anything else. They're both down. They're probably both gonna get up and attack, which is a shame. But oh well. And Visa says, can hear again. Okay, great. What I was saying is that I am gonna have to look up those models you're talking about. Again, they're vague and hazy in my mind. But I really wish that Steamforge would actually bring out some lore with their new releases. I feel like they're really lacking in that department. They're not really selling the idea of their world too much, which is a shame. Because again, it seems very interesting, and I would hate for it to just be something in the back that no one really talks about. Okay, let's see. Can we attack from here? Yes, we can. No, we can't. We got a wall in the way, so we have to. Haha, nice. Visa says, I think the lore is on the free app. They actually have a free app? I didn't know they had a free app. Is it like for War Machines, or is it a Steamforged app? And I mean, even if it's like, say, out there in a document, they need to actually like present it, I think, a little bit. You know, little videos when they come out with their new models, talking about the lore a little bit of these armies that they're making. Okay. I think I can. No, I can't. Looks like I'm just gonna move up. Right here, and then use my refractor field generator. And call in my serval skull to gain some cognition and end turn. Alright. Visa, Regia, I'm gonna have you go all up in there. I think we're gonna end turn there. As it says, yeah, the free army building. Okay. But that's something that they need something. Need to market their world a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go all the way through with Vizda. Gain some cognition points. And we can then start blasting. Alright, good thing I waited. Now I can use my cognition freedom to use my flamethrower. Use the Incendiing Combustor. And that is that. And good thing he's got a Curatio gun, Mechanendrite. I was able to actually heal Region for it. Okay, this is J-Ray. Can we use... Yeah, we can. So I'm gonna use my cognition freedom. Just blast. There we go, one hit kill. We are done. But yeah, Cassandra, how you been? It's been a little while since I've seen you. Hope all is well. And it says, one of the cohorts show worrying signs of the infection. Trooper augmentations are distended and malfunctioning, accompanied by sweating, spasms, and low-level hallucinations. We can assist, treat the trooper with Medicaid tools and knowledge, excise, harvest the trooper's infested augmentations or study, a cross-species infestation is too fascinating to ignore, or exhort, treat the trooper with prayer. We're gonna treat the trooper with Medicaid tools and knowledge. The cohort Medicaid training flushes out the data reservoirs of the infected augmentations and administers stimpaks. The time taken looks Why is this such a twisting sentence. The time taken looks worth the effort as the trooper's condition is improved. Wow, that was really a hard sentence right there. The time taken looks worth the effort. Mission complete! Yeah, we're done. The cohort comes across a chamber full of unopened sarcophagi. The Necrons inside are irredeemably malformed and clearly infected. The cohort is able to take sufficient samples of the infected material to satisfy even Scaviola's cravings. Scaviola. Confirm omega infection control present on Castus Metallican. Consequences of infection on board equals error too severe for contemplation. Necronomicon says, hold on. Before that, Regional Chaos Hunter says, been well enough. For some reason, I haven't seen notifications when you have gone live. Oh, that's really weird. I don't know why that's happening. I definitely have it up on the schedule that I'm gonna be on for today and for Thursday on both accounts. I usually item put like the premiere for the stream on YouTube. So I don't know why it's not giving you alerts when I go live. That's pretty weird. And Necronomicon is laughing. ¿Cómo estás, Necronomicon? ¿Todo bien? And the Chaos Hunter says, Twitch and YouTube both have been missing notifications. That really sucks. You know, I bust my butt trying to make sure that you guys are well informed of my streams. Alright. I already read that part, so skip that. Faustinius says, I would rather have you appraise me of this risk before the mission commenced, Scaviola. Scaviola, any risk is less than pursuit of knowledge. Addendum, conclusion, formulation. If the Necrons can be infected, they can be infected deliberately. I guess she's formulating something. Necronomicon dice, solo me reía de que tienes un nudo en la lengua. Sí, es que esa oración está demasiado difícil. Es más, creo que era una oración escrita mala. Creo que tenía un poquito de errores ahí. No tenía mucho sentido la oración. He says, I'm only laughing at that tight tongue of yours. And then I'm like, I think there was something wrong with that sentence structure. Okay, we got Prayer of Titanium. We get, I think that's 8 or 9 energy armor for 1 round. It's pretty good. But I like the canticles that I have, unless we can get upgraded versions for the canticles I currently have. Your hand shall be the omniscience hand, and with it ye shall break the teeth of the enemy. And we got the Neftusk sector located. A sense of monumental muscular power fills the tomb. It is a deafening industrial sprawl, echoing the forge worlds of the Adeptus Mechanicus, but unmistakably alien. Its inner workings and architecture are laid open to see. Pipework and support beams span the spaces between hulking masses of machinery. The air is heavy and hot with steam and tastes of leaking fuel. From everywhere comes the grinding din of huge engines underfoot while pistons hammer endlessly. Canoptic labor constructs continue to assemble new areas and structures, locked in a constant cycle of rebuilding. Columns of scam constructs repair and remake. It would be folly to assume they are the only inhabitants. And we got another sector, but before that, since we have Necronomicon here, let me go ahead and give a link to his page. I feel like it's only fair. He is a wonderful artist. Where is his page? There it is. Yeah, there's Necronomicon's Patreon. So, if you like some good art, Necronomicon is your man. He's already done several fan arts of myself and of Goyen, my Death World veteran agent. Okay, we also unlocked Saragon. Saragon sector located. The magnificence of a long vanquished dynasty is perfectly preserved in this tomb, overwhelming in its aggressive grandeur. The halls are polished, grandiose marbles, adorned with the images of Necrons glowering down, as if to ward off the eyes of the unworthy. This place is a monument to power and arrogance of the interred. Every surface reflects the assumption of total authority. The dark opulence boils over into obscenity, as if the creator thought of itself not just as a king, but as a god. And we know there's only one god. To a human, the wealth contained within this place is astonishing. But such concerns wither in the presence of whatever the tomb was built to aggrandize. It is impossible for such a monument of power to go unguarded. Alright, let's see what we can upgrade. Necron says, thanks. Hey, my pleasure, Necronomicon. And poor Visa is behind on the times. I gotta upgrade him more. Oh wow, really? This one's better? Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. Keep this one on. And Necronomicon is giving a warning that it does create NSFW material, so if you're not over the appropriate age, please do not watch it. But he does create more than just NSFW work, because I've seen your other work and you are a fine artist. I know that you could make more than just that. Okay, we need an upgrade for Visa. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Give him the appropriate one. We got a new Curatio Claw, sweet. But we gotta upgrade him some more because he is behind on the times. Necronomicon dice perdón. No, perdón de nada, no te preocupes. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry." I say, "Yeah, no worries. Don't. There's nothing to be sorry about." And Visor says, "Very behind. I'm not even at 16K yet." What do you mean 16K? Yeah, we're at 15. Rank 15 anyway. Not sure what you mean by you're not at 16K yet. Ah, okay, got it. Liza was joking about printer sub-resolution. Right over my head. And everyone says Instagram es en SFW, safe for work, pero en Patreon está lo hardcore. Ah, okay, ahora te entiendo. He says in Instagram is the safe for work stuff, and Patreon is his more raunchy stuff. So I'll go ahead and post his Instagram one then. Like to think, keep things safe for work here. There we go. And Visa says, when dealing with small stuff, I'm not sure how often one of these would help. Have you heard of glass files? No, I have not. What is glass files? Alright, so now Visa is ranked like everybody else. So let's continue to upgrade everybody else. So here we go. And I think that's it. I don't think we can rank up anybody else. But it says they are files for softer materials that shave instead of grind. So when dealing with plastics and resin, it lets you sand the parts without leaving the white marks behind, which is plastic fatigue. Okay, that sounds good. Unfortunately, I'm not connecting that with knowledge, so it's leading to an empty slot. So sorry about that. I'm not quite aware of what those issues are. I need to do more. I actually need to get myself a 3D printer. I need to get one so I can start working on my own stuff, because I got so many STLs and I want to actually start creating my own models. That is my hope for this channel, to be able to create some models myself. Because I am a 3D modeler, so I would like to actually provide you guys with some of the crazy ideas that I have. Why? Because they basically can be used as modeling files that won't scar the models you sand. Okay. Yeah, so for those of you who know anything about 3D printing, that sounds like really useful information. Hit up Visa. Visa knows what he's talking about. Okay, let's check out what's next on the mission charts. Oh wow! Check it out, a Castellan robot! What Inquisitor Callahan says, well, I'm going to have this on for white noise, or background noise. For now, I have to do the work that needs to be done, Ava Imperator. Hey, you take care, Inquisitor Callahan. Hope you have a good time working on your stuff, okay? It says I have a set that are mostly used in the Gundam verse. Oh, okay, nice. Have you seen those new Gundam minis that came out? I think they actually look pretty cool. I'll actually love to get my hands on some. Okay, so we have, I guess, one more mission we can do for Kepra. Gain ourselves a new tech priest. Gain an additional slot for mission deployment. These are all the hard ones. That one's a normal one. Normal, hard, hard. Okay. And we have Headphone Actor saying howdy, long time no see. How you doing, Headphone? It has been such a long time. What you been up to? For this one we have gain an additional slot, but I'm gonna stick with the normal ones. I don't want to do any hard ones just yet. So we have Memories of the Void, Flesh Harvest, and this one, which is Heart of Darkness. And I think I might do this one. Visa says, I heard about them, never was that interested in Gundam myself, but I know those guys are obsessed with the best possible tools they can have. And we have Headphones saying apologies from being MIA. Good to see you again. At last, work and life has eased down momentarily. I have some time now. Hope you've been doing well. I am doing really well. We are moving along quite well. We're actually doing 2 streams a week now. We're doing streams today on Sundays, and then we're doing streams on Thursdays as well. So we're doing twice a week, usually the same time, 7 p.m. EST. But yeah, and things are moving along well. What have you been up to? How's work going? I know you said that things have eased down a bit. Hopefully that's a good thing. Sometimes easing down is a bad thing. It just depends on the way you look at it, I guess. Alright, we're gonna do this Heart of Darkness one for Kepra. We're gonna gain ourselves a level 3 Skitarii, gain some Blackstone, and a new Tech Priest. We could always use some more Tech Priests. And this one seems to be pretty heavy on the amount of troops out there. So let's read the little blurb on it. Heart of Darkness, Subdominant Kepra has reported a rogue Skitarii Alpha who has lost his mind in the tomb of Ujjal. Fight him and bring him back or eliminate him if that is impossible. Oh, that sucks. We already have dissent amongst our ranks. We cannot have that. Alright, okay. Continuing on. Kepra says, a serious matter has come to my attention, Migos. I fear I can only discuss it with you directly. Pausini says my tech priests are lacking in time, manpower, and resources of Domina, and sure it's worthy of our time. Kepra says, it is. One of the Cesari officers has broken his strategic thought conditioning and disappeared from our comms net. The conditions in the tomb of Wu Zhao have caused a complete psychological breakdown. In short, he has gone mad. We have headphone actor saying, glad to hear things are going along well, that's great. Yeah, it's alright I think, starting a new job on April. Hopefully here stateside until October and maybe more hopefully. Oh, very nice. What's the job? If you don't mind me asking. Faustina says, this is a material immoral threat. I returned shocked at the prospect. You were right to bring this to me. It must be dealt with swiftly and discreetly. That we cannot have rogue Skitarii going around. Kepra says, I can narrow down the Alpha's last location, but it's an approximate target at best. You'll have to find him. Faustina, my text piece will locate and neutralize the wayward soul. What intelligence do we have on Necron activity in that area? Kepra says, the Alpha broke under fire. The Necrons where he was fighting will still be there and Magos when you find him. Faustina says, what logic demands must be done, must be done. Hefon says, was doing an internship at a ski mountain, mainly snowboard supervisor in the snow sports school department. And now I'll be continuing my internship at a campground over the summer. Oh, fun! Hope you have a good time doing that. Look up something, but now I'm drawing a blank. Oh well, continuing on. You just hate it when that happens, you're like in the middle of something, you're like, okay, I gotta do this. And then just, it drifts away. Okay, so I'm guessing he's all the way over there. Okay, there's more than one location, so we gotta hit up that one. I think it looks pretty straightforward. If we're here, we go to that one, and then go up to this one. We skip all these other things and just go straight to the mission. Headphone says indeed fun times. I'm just dreading the summer. I do well in freezing cold, not heat. Oh, how hot does it get where you are? I mean, I figured a place that has a ski mountain wouldn't be too hot. Kepra says, it sounds like word is already spreading. Damnation. Gossip moves faster than any data virus. Okay, the cohorts passes close by a unit Skitarii moving toward their post elsewhere in the tomb. The tech priests overhear the Skitarii discussing rumors of an Alpha who has gone missing in the tomb. We get scared, warn the Skitarii about the deadly threat of the nearby tombs, in the hope of this information will focus them on the mission, and now in the fate of the missing Alpha, scrutinize, question the Skitarii about what they were speaking about, scold, admonish Skitarii for spreading illogical and harmful rumors, truly deleterious to security and morale. Witness scrutinize. Kepler says, thank Olympus Mons, they don't know about our rogue Alpha after all. We had better make sure it stays that way. and we gain some 4 CP. The Skitarii are evasive, but eventually it becomes clear they are discussing a Skitarii officer who fell down a seemingly bottomless shaft, the tomb, and was never seen again. Oh, wow, well, that definitely sucks for that Skitarii officer. And then Hefodactyl says, PA does get hot over the summer, at least for me. Haha. Oh, okay, Pennsylvania. Nice. Hope you have a good time there. Eat plenty of Philly cheesesteaks. Now I remember what I was gonna check. I was gonna check on how the feed is coming. It looks good. Everything is moving along nicely. Alright, let's get on to the mission. Oh, we got a new person. Scabula says, Jacques. Odd, no data records in the slightest. Data fact, normally small data files on each Necron form. Overwhelmingly excitement statement. This is a chance to insert plus name for Necron pattern directory. Bidex says, you knew about the Necrons before your research on this mission? Original Castle says, I am the opposite. Bring the heat. I can deal with that suffering. Cold stinks, or cold sinks, and sits in my bones and hurts. Oh, so we have two different opinions of that. Hold on. For that, Hefodactyl says, I've done my mandatory Philly trip, lol. I am deep in the woods in PA. Pennsyltucky, if you will. I've never heard of Pennsyltucky, but sounds funny. But yeah, Cassandra was responding to that. I guess, leave your comments. What do you prefer, hot or cold? I'll actually put that in a little, what's it called? A little, why am I drawing blank on words here? Poll, here we go. I'm gonna actually put it in a poll. All right, and there is the poll. Unfortunately, it's only on the Twitch side of things, so for those of you who are my YouTube varlets, you won't be able to see it there. Thaddeus says, at least with the cold I can put players. Heat, you can't really fight. Yeah, that's usually how I feel about it. Arcturia was a rather warm planet. Yeah. I think I prefer to be able to wear some to regulate my heat. Scaviola says, truth, yes. Oh, Hefodactyl says Rio, and then Visa says low 70s for me. Yeah, I like my low 70s. That's a good level. I like 70. Usually just 70 period. Bidex says, I'm sure that in the scripture of the Talon Cog it states, verse 9, paragraph 3, wary of those that wander. I think you stepped too close to heresy, Scaviola. We're having more drama between Videx and Scaviola. Scaviola says, heresy it is not. My goal equals learn my enemy to improve my assistant's capabilities to mission. I kind of agree with Scaviola there a little bit. It's always know your enemy. Tyrus, I agree. In learning the Xenos, we can better combat them. If we keep to our tradition, might falter for lack of knowledge. Scaviola says, we'll name new Xenos. Name will be equals plus Vargard. Necron Vargard in Imperial Gothic. Okay, we're definitely scanning. We don't destroy these things, we scan because we want that sweet, sweet Blackstone. Alright, J-Ray, you're always first. One hit kill. Nice. Okay, I think that ends our turn. I think I'm gonna delay turn here. They seem to be moving. But maybe I don't want to do that because I do want to make sure that I know. Yeah, let's move. Good thing that visor can actually hit from there. Okay, he can't reach them with his incendiary weapon. But we can hit him with our... Oh wait, is that one of those shield guys? Yes, it is one of those shield guys. Gotta blast them before they get close. That was interesting. Okay, we're gonna end turn there. Man, I really hate those sniper guys. He's about to blast me. And I can't figure out a way to get him to not blast me. What if I could just send a servo skull to scan him? Make him get out of the way. Nope, that didn't do anything. risk getting hit. Good thing he's the healer. Chaos Hunter, you'll have to take one for the team. Oh, I should have upgraded you to a... Well, I don't think you have enough for an upgrade. But we got the new Kuratio claws. Once we upgrade you, we're gonna give you that in a minute. Turn. Heffonactor says, my polishing has grown larger. I can make a tower just with all the tanks I have. Lol. Which tanks have you bought? Uh-oh, looks like Vise is by his lonesome. Or J-Ray's by his lonesome. Probably shouldn't have sent everybody on that mission. Oh man. Okay, what can we do? Yes, one down. Now I think we'll end turn there. Alright, good. Headphone says, I have 3 Dorns, 2 40k Russes, 3 30k Russes, 4 Chimeras, 1 Basilisk, and 1 Death Strike. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. How many of them for the same... How many of them are for the same army? Okay. We can attack the sniper, since he's up close and personal. We cannot attack these shield guys with actual melee. They will just block it and then counterattack. These will do. One hit kill. I think that's the end of that turn. I'm gonna use my cognition freedom with Visa and blast this guy with some fire. got to get hit. But maybe... Oh no, just gonna take it. Okay, good. I was able to get out of there without getting hit. Very nice. Oh, cool. That went a lot quicker than I thought. Fortunately, we didn't have to kill all of them, so that was nice. Usually we have to kill all of them in order to finish the mission. Yeah, Headphone says 2 sentinels, also all of them same army low. Wow, okay, I'm guessing those are all then, Imperial Guard. What kind of Imperial Guard army are you, like, putting together? Kipper says he's too far gone, Magos, but I can't make that decision for you. The Mascatari Alpha is hunched against the wall in front of you. He has ripped out his augmatics, and one of his eye sockets is empty. It is a scene of gory horror. His breathing is labored and is filthy with blood. I'm gonna try to restrain him. See if we can save him somehow. So we're gonna extract. Okay, we got him. Nice. The cohort rushed the officer and able to restrain him with cuffs without incident. He thrashes and screams as they try to drag him out of the tomb. And before they reach the tomb entrance, he dies of a total augmetic organ collapse. Oh, wow. But we got something really good at it. We got a new STC, the Solar Atomizer. Fires in a straight line passing through all units and walls. Deals 8 to 10 energy damage to targets. Look at all the cognition it uses too. This is insane. I don't think I could equip this on any just yet. First mastercrafted by Archmagos Dominus Belisarius Cole. Called himself the Warp Squirrel. This highly advanced metal mech fires a searing hot beam of energy straight through the toughest of foes. That might come in handy for a boss. Okay, so we're not done with the mission yet, I guess. Headphone says, oh, and I forgot about the 2 Bane... Oh, huh, yeah. Forget about the 2 Bane Blades. I'm a Krieg army, and then I'll work on a Steel Legion, my beloved. When I don't want to talk about the new Steel Legion. Oh, okay. I've heard mixed reviews on the new Steel Legion. I know you want to talk about, but I'm a VTuber, and I want to talk about them. I've heard people don't like the new look. But if you don't like the new look, you can always find the old look, and the old look is made available by this really good miniature modeler called Tiny Legends. They make amazing models. They've made Krieg for a long time, then as of late they've been doing Steel Legion, and their Steel Legion models look beautiful. Exactly the same old style, so you don't have to worry about the new designs that are coming out later. Just use the old stuff. Headphone just says, haha, yeah, I have all their stuff. Okay, cool. Think you know what I'm talking about. You referred them to. Okay, so we've talked about him before. I had a feeling I did, but I couldn't quite remember. Long time, Headphone. Okay, we got a whole bunch of different looking glyphs. A container of some sort that seemingly has ROM by within. Clearly is a Xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the AH sealant used to contain the treasure within. I'm gonna go with this triangle one. Okay, bad idea. Should not have gone with the triangle one. And Headphone Actor says, yeah, the new concept art they revealed was not good. They should have looked like Krieg, but with flak armor. I don't think they look like Krieg, but they look more sci-fi to me. Like they had way more futuristic looking tech as far as helmets. Which, in a way, you could write off as being perfectly in tune with 40K, seeing as they've been in battle for so long, that maybe due to the way that a lot of economies move, if there's constant battle, there would be updates into the, their kit and they get better, so it would look quote-unquote more tactical. But I can see why people are still not happy with that update in design to make it look more science fiction-y, as opposed to the grim and gritty look and very down-to-earth appearance that they had. Okay, this one works, so we'll use this one. We got 4 CP. Nice. Headphone says yes, and also they have the same shoulder pads as Krieg, the same trench coat, and no toe boots, no big gloves or goggles. It seemed like their helmets were almost fused to their goggles, like it was all in piece. So I know what you're talking about. But I thought that the coats look a little different than the Krieg ones. Okay, a series of bloodstains, evidently deliberately painted, covered one wall of the chamber ahead. They form a series of dots and smears which seem to have a conspicuous pattern to them. We can decipher, try to find whatever message the bloodstains are trying to impart, divulge, and a pictograph of the patterns in the hopes that they can be translated by someone else in the island, or delete, remove the bloodstains. Whatever they mean, they should not be left for other Skitarii to find. We're gonna decipher. We're gonna try to find whatever the message is. Bad idea. The cohort partially translated the message was a combination of ancient Morse code and a simple letter decipher. The message speaks of despair, a comic catastrophe, and the faceless lords, but while disturbing, the message does not illuminate the author's mindset other than show he is probably insane. So we've lost some CP. And on to the mission. Headphone says there were some variations on the concepts, but all of them had the same shoulder pads as Krieg for some reason, like we regard players love variety in our regiments. That's why we want them, and they just give us slightly different Krieg. Sad face. I can understand the way you feel. I've been wanting them to bring back the Vostroy or the Valhallans. I love both of them. I don't know why I like these sort of Russian-inspired armies. I figured I'd most like the Valhallas because of Caiaphas Cain. But the Vostroyans are just so cool. That whole Cossack with the big helmet and the red is just really, really nice. That good dichotomy of science fiction and ancient battle that I love about 40K is like cementing them. And then Headphone says, yeah, same. I love the Valhallans. Yeah, I don't blame you there. Valhallans are great. We need a Caiaphas Cain model. I say that, but I don't know if I really want one. As much as I say I do. Do I want a Caiaphas Cain model? I always get a little iffy whenever they make new character models. I think I want to create a Caiaphas Cain model. I don't know if I want a Caiaphas Cain model. That makes any sense. I have a certain picture in my mind of what he looks like. And it's not like they show him on all his, what's it called? All the covers of the art. Because technically all the cover art kind of like 40K's stylization of him. You can tell because it kind of mentions that in the books. That whenever he sees portraits of himself, they don't look like him. They always make him look more grandiose than he really is. And also the fact that he always has a bolt gun or bolt pistol in all those arts, and Kane does not use a bolt pistol. Kane uses a last pistol. He loves his last pistol. So I have an idea in mind of what Kane actually looks like. And I'll be honest, I believe that Kane, to me in my mind, he looks like Sam Rockwell. That's my idea of what Kane looks like, Sam Rockwell. There you go. I have now imparted that knowledge onto you. So I really want to make a, because I've seen some Instagram profiles that will supposedly make scans of people and make them look like 40K. And I want to take get a picture of Sam Rockwell and say, hey, give him a commissar hat. And then that'll be my Kane whenever I put one together. But again, this is in the future from now when I ever actually make a Valhallan army. And F1 Actor says, yeah, look, they massacred my steel boys. I don't want to ask for anything anymore. And then F1 says, meet back from ad break. Okay, well, welcome back. But yeah, I can understand. Don't worry, I can understand. Sometimes you gotta do things yourself. We have Explicator Valeria saying, hello, Interrogator. Explicator Valeria here. How you doing, Explicator? How you been? I didn't think I'd see you today. Well, welcome. Hope all is well. Okay, so we have to scan or destroy. We scanned earlier. I'm guessing this time we're not gonna get to just scan and leave. F1 Actor says, oh, I've been doing that. I'm making my custom bits for my Kriegers to make them look like old Forge World models. Woo! That sounds like quite a bit of fun. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can blast this guy. Cannot let him get close. Alright, Explicator Valeria says, I am well, thanks for asking. Hey, my pleasure. Your Inquisitor in a hurry, you had a lot of stuff to have to do, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to get up close and attack. Oh, here we go. We got more flayed ones coming in. I think we'll use. Oh wait, we're out of stuff we can do. All right, so enter. Regent says, question, is there any Volkite weapons in this game? Yes, there is. I actually just used the Volkite gun, a Volkite blaster that, I think it's Pfizer that has it? No, it's a J-Ray that has it. Alright, and J-Ray is getting hounded by everything. Looks like I'm about to get shot by the sniper. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Down for the count. Very nice. Now we will end turn for Ragion there. In fact, before we do that, let's go ahead and use our gain cognition points. And enter. Valeria says, yeah, Mr. Callahan just got for administrative work dumped onto his desk. Most of it just exterminatus, a request from across the Imperium. Needless to say, he will be a busy man. Hopefully, those administratum, or should I say, hopefully those exterminatus requests are well scrutinized. We don't want any loyal planets of the Emperor just exploded willy-nilly. Alright, we've scanned both things, and now we can escape. But before we do that, let me go ahead and gain some cognition points. Reach, I can't do that. We're gonna use our blessing to gain 2 energy armor and 2 physical armor to all tech priests. And turn there. Chaos Hunter says, have you seen the original World of Worlds movie? You don't mean the one with Tom Cruise, do you? If that's the one you mean, then yes, I have. If not, then no. Because I've heard that there's the original recording, but I don't know there's been a movie in between the original recording by Orson Welles and the movie with Tom Cruise. Okay, we're gonna split our forces here. Chaos Hunter, go ahead and can we gain any cognition points from anywhere? Yeah, let's grab those. And the Chaos Hunter says, no, the 1950s movie. No, then I haven't seen that one. Chaos Hunter says, the radio play is pretty cool though. Yeah, I bet. I need to actually listen to it. Like I said, I've only seen the Tom Cruise movie. heal the one with less health, so this guy here. So Region just got healed, good. I think we'll end there. Okay, J-Ray. We're gonna use our refractor shield and then attack this guy. I have him heal himself. And I think that should be it for J-Ray. Chaos Hunter says the movie The Martian Heat Ray makes a very distinctive sound. GW, miss out on not using that for the Volkai sound effects. I'll have to listen to it. Is it that classic pew 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 sound? Alright, so Region. One hit kill. Nice. Chaos Hunter says, I feel it really fits the Mechanicus vibe. Yeah, those old school sounds are always really fun. We're ending turn for Region. Blast this guy in the face. Oh, nice. Oh, let's get up close. How does this work? I think I can get all four of them there lined up. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's do that. We'll stand right here. Gonna use Cognition Freedom. Blast these guys with the flamethrower. Way to go, Visa! Kicking butt. Now heal yourself. And then use the refractor shield to block any enemy attacks. They roll this turn there. Very nice. Applicator Valeria says, I agree, our line of work requires the strongest of minds and willpower to follow through it. While that's not for the weak-minded, are just as guilty for the hesitation of the seed of hair spread. Yeah, it's always a fine line to walk when it comes to deciding the fate of a human civilization. How they again? Can I hit anything? Yes, I can. So let's see, can I... Oh, out of range. Alright. Everything's out of range. So why are you telling me I can hit him? You lied to me. Yeah, I feel like it's worth it. Let's grab it. Alright. And we'll get that guy off of Chaos Hunter. No, that's not Chaos Hunter, that's Visor. Got to claw on yourself. I think we'll end turn there. Hey, J-Ray. Right here. Maybe shoot the sniper. You know what? I think I'm just gonna hit it and turn there. Got this guy. Put Raggy on ready for an escape. Actually, no. I'm gonna move him in and have him get rid of this guy before he gets up. And now we can end there. Alright, so Visa. Nice. And now we will move out of there. I think that'll be the end of his turn. Wait, first let's... no, never mind. Oh, out of range. I was kind of hoping I could shoot him from there. It's like I can't. How close can I get? Not get close at all. Alright, let's have Chaos Hunter heal himself. Take this guy out. Alright, good. We're doing some damage. I think here I can... Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get out of there and just heal afterwards. Okay, and I'll do the bandation where I heal all tech priests. And we end the turn. Alright, J-Ray. J-Ray's getting the hell out of there. Let's gain some cognition. How much? He's got 5 HP. We can blast him with one hit. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to kill him. Yes! One hit. And we're done. God Emperor Man says, with the new box for the 11th edition, wonder what the Space Marine treasure sheet will look like. What chapters would be on it. Also, I will be right back. Have to go do my taxes. What do you mean you have to do your taxes? You're the Emperor of Man. He will serve you taxes. But it's okay, I understand. As for her statement, yeah, I'm actually pretty curious myself. I hope they have everybody. I know that they have some nice transfer sheets available. We kind of have to dig for them a little bit in the Warhammer website. I feel like I could get some of those. But I've yet to actually ever use transfer sheets. I feel like a little intimidated by them actually. Hefwanaitra says, I need more transfers. Yeah, I wonder if does Warhammer proper sell Raptor transfer sheets? I have to check out what they have available. But I saw this really cool, like, Instagram profile where they have these little, like, things where they're almost like stamps where you can, like, actually stamp, like, transfers onto things. It looked pretty cool. As, like, you take a little bit of paint, you place it on the stamp, and it will take, like, the form of the shape that you need for, like, the transfer. Let's say the Blood Angels symbol, and then you can stamp that on there. And then Half-Foot says, I don't think so. I have 100 points of Raven Guard and Marines, and I want to make Raptors. There's gotta be. And if not, I'm sure there's people that make proxy transfers. I've seen plenty of them on Etsy. So maybe they'll have some as well. Anyway, let's go back to mission. Mission complete! The Alpha's corpse is carried out the tomb by the cohort. Sheltered clearing nearby. The body is doused in promethium and burned. No trace of the Alpha's madness remains, and the mat treated from then on as though it never occurred. Continue. A sorry deed, but it had to be done. My thanks, Magos. Even the Skitarii are not immune to psychological casualties. And if word got out of this Skitarii's madness, they would only have become more susceptible. Faustinius, every soldier has his weaknesses. It is a logical necessity for him to take them into account in the decision-making process. Gabra, I'd rather we were defined by our strengths and not our weaknesses, but missions like this remind me how fragile we are in a place like the tomb of Silva Tenebris. Faustinius, it is the ideal of the tech priesthood to remove those weaknesses by making our physical form closer to the machine. True flawlessness has yet to be attained. Alright, and we lost no Blackstone. Our guys. Good thing I healed them at the end. We have tutelage of momentum, plus 15 movement for 1 round. Skitarii across the stars. Stride across the stars and spread with you the word of the machine god. And now we have a new Magos! Okay, with this new Magos, who wants this Magos? Who wants to name this Magos? Let's see what we will make this one. I feel like I need a Dominus. Do I have a Dominus? Region is an exporter. F1 actor says me. Okay. F1, you get to name the Magos. So will it be Magos headphone or Magos actor? Thaddeus says headphone underscore actor. Let's see if we can actually do that. Yes, we can. Miss headphone actor. Alright, so let me check. We're gonna have to start upgrading this guy. Cannot have any weak links. Alright, so exporter, secutor, Lexmatic Engineer, William Dominus, Explorer, and Tech Auxiliary. Alright, we're gonna make you a Dominus. Alright, so we've upgraded you to rank 7. Headphone actually says, I am the machine now. Okay, so we gotta make you a gunner. We gotta make you shooty. So let's see what we can do. Range, +4 range to weapons, deals 1 damage to target, and machine spirit attacks deal +2 damage. So we're gonna give you a gamma pistol for now. Maybe a phosphorus serpenta. And what else can we give you? Oh, we gotta give you your armor, so. Ooh, look at you. You got little, crawly legs. Very cool. And you have room for one more, so let's give you good old Mechadendrite, the infested Mechadendrite, because you need a little bit of melee. Just a tiny bit. Oh wait, hold on. How much is the Omniscient Axe? That one's a good old-fashioned, can't go wrong with. Yeah, we'll give you the Omniscient Axe. We're gonna give you guns and an axe. Alright, but with that, we are done. Let's go ahead and save. But yeah, if you like what I do, like to support, please consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel, or donating to my Ko-Fi at Rosario's Art. Or if you miss an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. Like I said, it's called Rosario's Art. And remember, if you'd like to commission me to paint a miniature for you, then please hit me up on Instagram over at Rosario's Art. And before we go, let's see if we can actually raid anybody. And then Headphones says, I am the machine now, repeated by, yes, Shooty is good, and couldn't have done it better myself. I'm actually eager to use your character. I like the portrait. The portrait actually pretty neat. But that is it for today. Thank you all very much for coming. Always a pleasure. Vita says, thanks for the stream. Hey, my pleasure. I had a great time streaming with you guys. Let's see if we can raid. We're gonna go ahead and raid. Let's raid. Let's Dr. False Painting Clinic. He's currently painting a Slanesh Vampire Horseman. So that should be fun to check out. And Headphone says, great catching up with you. I'll talk later. Hey, yeah, you take care. I'm gonna go ahead and hit start raid. And yeah, thank you all very much for coming. I've been Rosario Rivas, and I'm signing out from the good and dark future. Bye-bye, varlets.